Let's go ahead and get to him. I want to say what's up to Slippery Ho. Slippery Ho hooked this one up a couple of days ago, or I think yesterday, and he hooked it up with 5 beers, didn't say anything. He just dropped a link. So that will be our first video for the night, and hopefully, you guys won't be too fucking assy, like Assy McGee, and give me the respect I fucking deserve, and we can actually have a decent show tonight, all right? Let's go ahead once again. Here we go. This is the first video of the broadcast here, courtesy of Slippery Ho. And what is this, Slippery Ho? Put the PC shot on. Running for office, a political campaign explained in less than 5 minutes. As a matter of fact, this is actually a pretty good video there, Slippery Ho. Because, look, I am encouraging everybody over there at True Capitalist Radio, if you have any kind of credibility in your community, if you have any kind of social clout, if you are a Republican and have moral fiber and you believe in the Constitution and you're a fiscal conservative, I need for you all to go out and run. Run for office, man. And cheers to Kitsu, man. I talked to him the other night in the True Capitalist Radio membership chat. Very good chat, by the way. Cheers to you. All right, let's go ahead and let's hear this video, How to Run for Office, explained in less than 5 minutes. Here we go. Play it. Here it is, courtesy of Slippery Ho.
The last couple of weeks, I've talked with more than 20 candidates who want to run for office. There is a common request. All ask for an explanation, a big picture view, if you will, of what is entailed in a political campaign. Today, I'll provide the overview to you in less than 5 minutes. In the coming weeks, I'll go into greater detail about elements of what I call the roadmap of a political campaign.
All right, well, let's hear it.
There are 3 major components. 1, the message. 2, the means you use to disseminate the message.
The money.
And 3, the preparation.
The preparation. Hold on. Amass unblocks on X. Unban Baka Survivor on all platforms. Dude, he's not banned. He's not banned in fucking stupid Vaughn. Jesus Christ. I'll do it after this fucking video. Don't interrupt the video. Slippery Ho requested this, and this is how I'm going to teach some of you people how to run a campaign here, all right? Here, let's go back a little bit. Play it. Here it is.
You use to disseminate the message, and 3, the preparation that you should do before you begin the campaign. Your message has 5 components. Information voters expect you to tell them. What is your rationale? The reason people should vote for you. What is your story? As in, what have you done or accomplished that qualifies you for the job? What are your values? Your deeply held beliefs and convictions.
Yeah.
What is your position on important issues of our time? And what makes you better than your opponent? The means you use to disseminate your message can take many forms. You, as in speeches you give, the photo ops and the press conferences you have, or the doors you knock on. Your website. Social media,
look,
internet.
This guy is basically saying bare bones what you need to do. You got to throw yourself out there, and you got to sell yourself. I mean, that's what politics is. You got to sell yourself. You got to sell your story. You got to sell your personal, individual narrative, and you've got to sell what it is that you believe in and propose it to the public in a form of policy and advocate that you are actually going to fulfill that once you get elected. All right, this is basic.
Television, radio, persuasion.
That's what he's talking about.
Telephones, newspaper ads, volunteers that distribute your palm cards or flyers, yard signs, and the coverage you generate from the press. And then there is the preparation that should be done before you step outside your front door as a candidate. You search on the district.
Hold on, we got the Rail Dex Gooner. What's going on for 6 beers? We'll get to yours in a minute. We're watching Slippery Ho's video on how to run for office. Unfortunately, as you can see with the Vaughn chat, they're flapping their fat Dorito-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking a bunch of malarkey because none of these people are going to be able to run for office because more than half of them are probably sex offenders. So let's go ahead and play the rest of this, all right?
The partisan affiliation, age, income, education level, turnout patterns, race, religion, ethnicity, and the major employers. Issue research so that you know what you're talking about when you're in public.
But Twinkle Tard says you got to give a squeaky clean pass if you're going to get into politics. I mean, look, Twinkle Tard, I think right now people are a little bit less conservative in our modern age. So unless you've done something astronomically horrible that most of the American public just cannot, look past, I mean, I think people can look past things like maybe an affair, as long as there's not any children involved. Maybe, but when you are a fraud or you have stolen money, you can forget about it. All right, or if you're somebody who was an ex-criminal, I don't know, maybe that works for you on the Democrat side. But anyway, thank you very much to Twinkle Tard, man. Cheers to you. Let us continue once again. This is the bare bones, what it is and what it takes to run for office, all right?
Budget so that you know how much money you'll need to raise. A fundraising plan so that you're not left with a stack of unpaid bills.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing about politics, money. All right, you know what you need to run for office? You need money or influence. Now, the money is kind of easy to come by. You just have to kind of sell yourself. And somebody in the chat room was saying, hey, Ghost, you're making it seem like politicians are a lot like prostitutes. That's exactly what they are. They're selling themselves, and they need a lot of money. They need a lot of money so that they can put poster boards on everybody's lawn and, flyers and, speaking events and all this shit. It's all about money. And if you don't have money, you need influence. And the only way that you can get influence is through time. And how you do that is by entering in some political organization, nonprofit organization. It depends on what it is that you want to run for. Are you running for one individual cause that you're passionate about? If that's the case, then you need to do some kind of nonprofit work or volunteer work where people can see you in action, all right, when it comes to the policy that you're advocating. All right, go ahead. Fallen said, that's a lie. Joe Biden diddled his kids, and the Dems love him. Well, you got to figure that out for yourself. I'm not a big fan of Joe Biden. I'm certainly not a Democrat, so I can't explain what the rationale is for that, all right?
Voting record of your opponent. And in large and complicated races, you'll also want to do a benchmark survey before putting the finishing touches on your advertising strategy. So there you have it, the elements of a political campaign in less than 5 minutes.
And that was
During
very
the course
basic,
of the coming
dude.
weeks, I'll be doing a deep dive into each of the items
that
I
was.
just
Are you
mentioned.
kidding
How
me?
to tell your story, convey your
That
values,
was it?
how to ensure that you are well prepared and ready to put your best foot forward before the campaign begins. In the meantime, if you have questions or comments, hit the comment button or call me at 845-458.
Oh, whoa! Don't dox yourself, you idiot! What are you doing? This guy's giving out his phone number, for Christ's sake. Have you been on the internet? What the hell's your problem? All right, let's continue. All right, let's go ahead and continue. We got Slippery Ho in the house, and Slippery Ho said, oh my God, he said we'll get a free gift at the end of this video. We have to watch it. So cheers to Slippery Ho, man. Good to see you. And let's take a look at what he's talking about out here, all right? And, dude, Eddie 324758, fuck you, dude. I never scam donos, you piece of shit. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. And hold on, here it is right here. Once again, this was courtesy of Slippery Ho. And he says that we get a free gift. What the hell is this? How to raise money for a political campaign. All right, let's listen to this a little bit.
We're going to talk about how to raise money for a political campaign.
Let's skip the
First
minute.
thing on our agenda is constructing a list of people you know, family, relatives, close friends, people you...
Yeah, believe it or not, you're going to need money from them, okay? This is how you do it, all right? This is how you do it. Running a political campaign is, a grift, all right? It's a fucking grift, for Christ's sake.
worked with, people that you go to church with, maybe even your neighbors. And once you've done that, then I'm going to suggest a couple of other places to look, because you're going to learn as you go through this process that you know people that you forgot you know. Where do you find them? Check your Facebook friends.
Oh my
Check your
God,
LinkedIn
dude, give me a
connections.
break.
Take a look at the people who follow you on Instagram, if you have an Instagram account. Check your high school and college yearbooks. Go through your life, identify the places that you've worked and people that you worked with. Take a look at the volunteer and civic organizations.
I can't
that
believe
you've
this
been
guy is
involved
even
with,
suggesting
who
this.
you served with, who you became friends with.
I mean, look, if you want to run a political campaign and you're serious, don't start, like an Amway salesman or some shit. Hey, I want to know if you can donate to my campaign to every fucking buddy you know. Are you kidding me? If you really care about running for something, you're supposed to grassroots that shit. All right? If you don't have the money, that means you knock door to door, you go out, you hand out flyers, you get people to convince them to put your political sign in their front yard. I mean, that's what you have to do. And then, once you get people to believe in you, that's when people will start giving you money. I mean, this guy, are you fucking kidding? Go talk to your family, your friends, everybody that you fucking know. Badger them until they give you a couple of bucks for your fictitious campaign. Unbelievable. Hey, Devious Dave, nobody Ethan who? You know what I mean? Anyway, play it.
Who you've known from dinners and parties and so on.
Hold on. We got Count Binface here.
I run a successful campaign. I've raised enough to get myself on that criminal 10K required to even make it to the books and stage.
Congrats!
Frankly, once I am Prime Minister, I will ensure Pajits cannot be MPs, and I will make things sensible for the Isles.
All right, we didn't need to hear that last part there, Count Binface, all right? And Helmet Boy with a $10 Rumble rant, he says he's got another raid here, but before we do, we have to listen to Slippery Ho's video, which I think is absolutely comical, all right?
Objective is not to ask all these people for money. All you're going to ask some, but you can't ask people for money if you can't remember that you're friends with them. Oh, and by the way, the most important thing you can look at is the contact list in your iPhone. Second thing we need to talk about
this guy
is how you ask for money.
How do you ask for money? I got to hear this.
If you're running for office and you're not willing to ask anybody to help you advance your cause, you need to find another line of work. It's a sign that you don't much believe in your cause.
Dude, no, listen to me. You don't act like some fucking scumbag that's selling Avon to everybody in your family and friends list because you're running for office. For fuck's sake, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Start this one with a story once of someone who had called me and asked me to talk to him about running for mayor of New York City. Oh, he had some ideas about
this
what
guy's
he
an
wanted
actual
to do.
political
He talked
advisor?
about people that he needed to meet, but the fact is you can't run for mayor unless you ask people for money. And I said,
Eddie 3244758, this is a master level 100 Jew, whatever that
tell
means.
Me who to call. And I said, what about your friends and your family and people you've worked with through the years? And he said, I am not going to ask my family or my friends to support this cause because I don't want to waste their money. And at that point, I said, you need to go do something else.
Oh, my God.
Because if you don't believe in your cause enough to
No, I just told you the opposite. I said if you really believe in your cause, you're obviously running for a certain geopolitical area, whether it's a precinct, whether it's an area of town, whether it is a district in a state legislation, whether it's, something for Congress, the Senate, whatever it is, okay? I mean, typically, if you're not known, you're going to want to go do the smaller geographic shit first before you get into the federal
Disgusting
stuff.
black creatures,
Oh,
get
come
out of my
on.
sight.
No,
Disgusting
come on.
black creatures, get out of my
Can
sight.
you stop this shit?
Disgusting black creatures, get out of my sight. Disgusting black get out of my sight.
You fucking piece of racist shit. Anyway, as I was stating, if you really believe in what you're running for, you'll go door to door. I mean, that's what a true politician does. You're like, look, I'm running for office, and I'm wanting to get your insight on what you think needs to be changed, and act like you give a shit. And once they're like, look, that person came by, they actually cared. They actually listened and were concerned, and that's all you have to do all day for like 15 hours a day is go up to people and shake hands, try to get events, organize events. I mean, if you want to raise funds, what you do is, let's say you get an event somewhere at like some school gym. They usually fucking give them away right after school or like at 6 or something. You probably, and maybe do it for not very much money, and have that shit catered by, some small business, because you see, that's how you can do it. You go up to a small business that has like, I don't know, a fucking taco stand or a fucking burger joint and say, hey, look, I need you to provide some shit for my speech, and because you're going to provide free food, people are going to go. And when people go and they eat the free food and they drink the free drink, you give them an impassionate speech about some policy that you're very adamant about, and that's when you ask these people for money.
Ask people.
That's when you ask them for money.
You advance it, then you are not passionate about your cause. Now, here's a simple truth. I know it's not easy to ask a cousin or an uncle.
Oh, this is
or
ridiculous.
Aunt or extended family members.
Once again,
for
Slippery
money.
Ho
But
requested this.
Step up to the plate here. Be passionate at what you're doing. It's okay to ask people to support the cause. Get over the fact that some are going to say no. They're just not into your cause today, but they may be someday. Third point we're going to cover is how do you get money from people you don't know?
Oh, God. This is a waste of
Simple.
time.
You find people you do know who like you, who are supporters of you, and ask them to connect.
What a
you
scumbag.
to people
All right,
you don't
I
know.
can't
And
watch
I'm just
this
gonna
anymore.
Give a little example. Here.
This is really
I
becoming
had a
fucking
client,
pathetic.
Recently, who was in fundraising mode, and he met with somebody who was very, very generous in his campaign contribution. And my client looked at him and said, "I thank you for that campaign contribution. Do you think you might be able to introduce me to a few of your friends who might also
Man,
join
what
the
kind of
cause?"
scumbaggery am I listening
Guy
to
said,
here?
Okay, all right, I guess I can. And my client said, well, you could call them and ask them.
This
to
is
do it.
pure
Or you
scumbaggery.
could have a cocktail party and ask them to come to the cocktail
Eddie
party.
324-758,
Or,
cast Talmudic spells
you
and people will
could,
give you
send
their
an
money.
Email. And he said, no, I'm not comfortable doing any of that.
All
My
right.
client said, would
You
be
know
willing
what?
to write
Hey, Slippery Ho, I can't. This guy's a scumbag. I'm sorry. I mean, I understand that you need money to run campaigns, but to badger people in your own family and your friends is not something you should be doing. If you're truly impassionate about anything that you're going to run for, go out and do it yourself and put your own money up first. Even if you only got $500 for your campaign, you can do something with $500. All right, and then go out there, shake hands, go door to door, try to meet as many people as you possibly can in whatever district you're running for, and that's how you do it. It's a grassroots campaign. Then that's when money will come to you. Anyway, let's get to this raid that Helmet Boy wanted me to check out here. Really narcissistic. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? What the hell?
Ever.
Oh! What's going on here? With you like civil rights, it's all right. What the fuck? Who's doing this shit? Dude, what the fuck is going on here?
Are you racist to black
Republican
people?
Party can out-primary an incumbent. I mean, that's why I'm telling you, folks, you have to participate in the political process. You can't just do, hey, I like this, I thumbs up this, I retweeted this. You need to do a lot more than that. It's a lot more than memes. All right, kids? It's a lot more than fucking memes. You have to go out there and you gotta hit the pavement. You got to put your foot to the ground. You have got to participate in this political process because this is a government made for the people and by the people. All right? And all you got to do is just go try it. I mean, go fucking whatever you believe in, Democrat, Republican, fucking libertarian. If you have some kind of political headquarters there, then go and donate your time. All right? And try to get to know people within the party. And you'll be surprised that if you put your time into the party in your local precinct, that you will be influential in that party and that you'll be appointed to some of these bureaucratic structures within the party that have you as a participant in defining what the party is. So that's why whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you have to participate. You can't just sit here and talk shit on social media and think it's going to do some fucking shit, man. Wake up, man. God damn it. This is why I I do these things. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know everybody likes, I know everybody likes the Ghost Show and the tomfoolery and all that shit. But the whole reason I do this is to hope that some of the folks out there, some of you, I know some of you, hopefully, I hope. I mean, this is what keeps me going. I hope some of you are just fronting about a lot of your trolling and a lot of, the edgy 4chan shit, and you're just doing it for your, digital image. But I genuinely hope that some of you folks listen to what I say. I'm not telling you to listen and do what I tell you. I'm trying to provoke some kind of synapses to be sparked in your brain and to be saying, you know what, Ghost has a point. I don't really agree with him about this, but he's right. I mean, I should go out there. I should participate in the party. I mean, nothing's really going to happen if I'm just sitting here playing on my pecker shaft and fucking posting memes all day. You've got to participate. Why do you think we've got 2 80-year-olds, 2 fucking 80-year-olds running for president? Because none of you are doing a goddamn thing. None of you young people, none of you Gen Xers, none of you millennials, none of you Gen Zers are doing a fucking thing.